Now, the last time there was a firing of cabinet was in then-President Mwai Kibaki's 2005 drastic action, with this discussion being revived when President William Ruto dissolved his cabinet on the 11th of July. But these two scenarios were not the same in context, and NTV spoke to the former secretary to the cabinet, Francis Kimemia, to get further context into the situation. Listen in.
In every dispensation, if you look at this country since independence, the first 2 years have always been very complicated, and there have always been a challenge to the sitting president. Even if you had to go to, from 1963, by 66, KPU was moving out of government. If you look at, the Kibaki administration, by 2006, we also want to dissolve the cabinet, and this has happened consistently. And I think with a new constitution now, it's a high time to ask ourselves what didn't we do well, especially in this administration, what could have gone wrong.
Well, sadly, in a candid reflection of the current political climate and drawing parallels during the reign of the late President Mwai Kibaki, Kimemia observed that the current wave of Gen Z-led anti-government demonstrations stems from a sense of alienation felt by many Kenyans, with the protests underscoring a growing disconnect between the government and the citizenry.
The issue of not listening to the people, as well as we should listen to them, and a kind of an alienated cabinet. You could see a cabinet that is unknown to the people on the grassroots, even though the cabinet is supposed to be technocratic as per the new constitution, unlike before, when ministers were also members of parliament. Even now, the expectation is that the cabinet members must be on the ground to propagate government policies, to expound them to the people, and also to articulate the interests of the party that is in power, the government that is in power, and the interests of the president. What the sitting president is doing for the country. But what we saw was a kind of an alienation of the government from the people, and the bill became, the bursting point.
Well, Kimemia, however, expressed optimism over the recent cabinet reshuffle, saying it would present the president with an opportunity of bringing in new perspectives and perhaps even renewed effort to bridge the divide and foster a deeper understanding of the public's concerns.
I have seen the new appointments, or the appointments after the dissolution of the cabinet. But what we need to appreciate is that what matters is actually the quality of the ministers that you put in place and their commitment to this country. We have had ministers who are not even graduates in the past administrations, and I don't want to mention their names, and they performed very well. They're able to consult within the ministry, consult the technocrats, and they're able to deliver results in the administration. We have had very educated ministers who performed very poorly. So sometimes the issue of education and other considerations don't matter in a cabinet. The commitment and the passion by that minister to deliver results is very, very important. And that's why we somehow abandoned the performance contracting, or it has been more of symbolic than factual. I think it is a high time that the president put back the cabinet to performance contracting, so that each MDA, each ministry, departments are able to operate on a very, very, very tangible results, which are measurable and on which the minister can be held to account.